Hello, everyone, and welcome to session 2. Let me unmute the Discord. Hello, everyone.
Is it working?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Snooze that for about 5 minutes because ads just tried to pop up. Pika!
Hi, gang. Everybody in the chat, welcome in.
Yes, indeed. Welcome to session 2, where the trauma continues. So, last time we were ending session, y'all had just returned from ruins. Y'all found the apprentice. Y'all fought some wolves. Went back to the apothecary, and Saz realized that the journal was the apprentice's notebook, but in a strange twist of fate, decided not to destroy it, but instead warn them. The apothecary, then saying a phrase, triggered some sort of headache or something in Saz. Or Sly, played by
That's pretty much
Saz,
Sly at this point.
that began to give him a piercing and screaming headache as the rest of the party went to the tavern to enjoy a drink of a job well done. And that's pretty much where we left off, and where we're going to pick up. So, Sly,
Yeah.
you failed your save. Because of this, the screaming headache, the pain, all of that taking effect, to the point where you lose time. When you come to, you are looking at the apothecary standing in front of her apprentice, hands outstretched to you, pleading to you to please calm down. You, coming out of the headache, unsure of what's going on, feel your arms burdened by something. As you look down to your arms and you feel the weight of 2 scimitars in each hand, both drawn, both poised and ready. As the ringing kind of ends in your ears, you hear the apothecary's voice. Please calm down.
I am gonna start to slowly make my way towards her, not saying a word.
I thought you were just going to warn us. What changed?
Well, that is the warning.
And you continue to approach.
Mm-hmm.
She tries to shift her body to where she tries to usher her apprentice out the window as she keeps her body between you and the apprentice, telling the apprentice to run.
The apprentice is actively running right now, right?
The apprentice is using her movement to get to the window to get out. Yes, this round.
All right. How far is she from me?
About 10 feet.
All right. Um, have my scimitars in. What do I do?
That is a
You know
question
what?
for you to answer.
I know. You know what? I'm going to throw one of my scimitars at the apprentice so she doesn't escape.
Alrighty. Go ahead and roll a hit die.
Yum, 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 yum. Whew. Those are the times where I wish I rolled low. It happened. 10.
10?
Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, these are just commoners, and a 10 does hit.
Fuck.
These are not hardened battles.
I forgot. Forgot.
Yeah,
And now I will try. But okay.
So,
all right then. Yep.
Roll that beautiful damage.
Yeah, that's gonna. I'm trying to open. Oh, okay, there it is. Okay. So that's gonna be a 8 slashing.
8 slashing. So you throw this scimitar, this ornately decorated scimitar, as the apothecary tries to put her body between her and her apprentice, failing to do so as the blade impacts the apprentice in the back with just a squelching of entering a human body as you hear the breath just leave the apprentice's body as she falls against the wall but catches herself on the window and pushes it open, ready to try and jump out.
Yeah, I'm gonna make my way to stop it again, but this time I'm gonna take my movement to sprint and go after her.
All right. So you do so, and are you attempting? Well, you've already used your action this round, but you're able to get right there next to the window as the apothecary will try to interject by getting between you and her apprentice. The apothecary is going to cast Grasping Vines.
All right.
As I need you to make a dexterity save.
Got it. That's gonna be a dirty 20, DM.
Well, that does prevent you from getting grabbed by her vines. As you easily maneuver around them, you see fear just soak across the apothecary's face as she then turns and tries to help her apprentice out the window. It is now back to where you go.
All right. Yeah. So I'm definitely. So is my sword still into her?
Yes.
Or yes. All right. So basically, what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna go towards her since she tried to stop me. Take the sword out and then throw it again at the apprentice.
Well, the sword is in the apprentice.
Oh, it's in the apprentice. Well, then
Yeah.
I'm slashing with my other one.
All right.
That is a 17.
A 17 does hit.
Mm-hmm.
And
that is another 8.
As again, this time you feel the blade just gripping into torso as you bring it across her back, and in the same movement grabbing your other blade so that both are in your possession. You see her red and green cloak now quickly staining to a red. You see the worry and fear on the apothecary as her apprentice is now hanging on to dear life. And she will turn to her, put a hand on her, and cast Cure Wounds, giving her a grand total of 3 healing. Woo! Saving lives!
Yay! Slowly brain comes up.
as she is going to turn and try and buck you. I'm assuming a 12 does not hit you.
It does not.
Alright, so you easily see what she's trying to do. You just, like, move ever so slightly as the hooves miss you. As she is, again, trying to push the apprentice out of the window. The apprentice now able to flop onto the ground on the other side of the wall as the apothecary closes the window and turns back to you, putting her whole body against said window.
Alright. Well, he's gonna attack now the obstacle he's been having for a while now. So he's gonna slash right into the apothecary.
Alright.
At least. That's a 7.
A 7 misses. As
Yay!
the apothecary is able to move her body ever so slightly to where the blades miss and clash against the wall, scraping and only highlighting the fear in her eyes. Because of your miss, you feel a little bit of your normality returning. So, back to her turn. The apprentice now gone. She is going to desperately try and grapple you. She has a dirty 20 on a grapple. I need a dex.
Let's go.
I need a dex or strength, whichever you... dex or acrobatics, whichever you prefer.
This is going to be a dex. That's an 11, so yeah.
So, in that moment of hesitation where a little bit of your mindset from before the headache and the blacking out, that hesitation of that thought process returning gives you a moment of pause as you feel her wrap around you and hug you, not out of aggression like what you normally feel from other fighters, but this one's more of she's still trying to reach out to the one that was warning her, and she is unsure as to why you have drawn blades. But you feel the tears of her, warm tears touching the side of your face and your neck as you hear her weeping, just in a low voice pleading, "Please, please stop doing this. You don't have to go through with this." As it rolls back to your turn.
Is he like on a 50-50 situation where he's like in between two?
That's entirely up to you.
Well, dang it.
You could do a private roll with a set DC of your own, or you can just however you want this to go with how Sly handles this kind of thing. But
I think I'm gonna go with the set DC because I don't know. Oh, that's bad. He basically snaps out of it and quickly twists his blade and and pierce it inside the apothecary from the back.
all right. Roll the attack.
That is a 16.
16 does hit.
All right. That's going to be a 7.
7. So that you plunge the scimitars into her back. You feel the edge of your blade push against your own stomach while in her body. Just like, what kind of expression is on Sly's face? Just kind of cold stone, or is there emotion?
It's definitely cold, but you kind of see like a sparkle of like satisfaction from this in a way, but he doesn't like entirely show it.
You feel a different type of warmth grace your shoulder as blood starts to come out of the apothecary's mouth. Still holding you, her hug to try and get you back doesn't weaken as she pleads one more time. Please, just let my apprentice live. As it comes back to your round.
Oh, all right. That's not good. He's gonna lean into her, and he's gonna kind of whisper, well, where would be the fun in then? That's the thrill of it. And he's gonna try to split the scimitars aside to like split open the back.
Alright. I'll give you advantage on this attack since the blades are already in the apothecary. Hard to miss when you're already in the target.
Yeah. I need my calculator because brain not mathing. That's a 22.
That just hits.
That's a 6.
And with that, you pull the scimitars outward as the grip releases. She slowly gets to her knees and leans on the wall, one hand still grasping at your leather straps as the other falls limp as you see the light in her eyes fade to gray.
He's gonna step on top of her and start to make his way to go find the apprentice.
All right. During all of this, Ugwin, you're a new captain. You have a fresh crew. You've gotten to the tavern. Y'all have arrived at the tavern now. Roll me a perception check.
All right, stand by. Not very precise.
The tavern is lively. The atmosphere is great, cheerful. Music is playing. Sailors are drinking. Cheers are being sung. Sailors' creeds are being hollered and yelled. You've got a few scrapping in the back corner. But what else is new? As you and your brand new, fresh out of the oven crew arrives at the tavern to celebrate their first success.
All right, let's take note of the surroundings as we see.
I just gave you the
Are there any?
I just gave you the
I know.
surroundings.
I know. Are there any open tables where we could get a seat?
There's a few at the bar. There is one table that's kind of off across the way.
I'm gonna look over to Croak and say, Croak, why don't you find us a seat for 5? I'm gonna walk up to the barkeep and have a word real quick.
Yep.
Yeah. So,
I find the table.
all right. So you and the others, I assume, will go take a seat as your captain heads to the bartender. You get to the bartender and you see a gnome who is behind the counter, just cleaning a glass, listening to a few patrons talk, sees you approach. Hello, sir. How can I help you?
Good day, sir. I'm the captain of the Weeping Angel. It
Never
was
heard
docked
of
at
you.
your- I suspect as much. That's why I'm here, to make an introduction. Nice to meet you. The name's Captain Ugwin.
Nice to meet you, Captain Ugwin. My name.
What do you call yourself?
Well, okay then. I was going to answer you that. My name is uh Hopsfoot.
Interesting name.
Yeah, well, Hops runs in the family, and he points to a casket that has a crest on it.
Well, yeah, I understand. Ugwin's not exactly the most common name around here either.
Yeah, never heard of you.
So, I just come for some ale, maybe some dinner, maybe information, depending on what you might know. What could a young captain and his young crew kind of get into that could possibly make some gold around here?
Well, a lot of trouble.
Trouble, you say?
Oh, yeah. A lot of them try and act too big, too fast, get themselves killed. No gold in dying.
Very true. But there could be an information, yes?
Of course. But unfortunately,
So,
I don't have any for you.
fair enough. However, you do have an establishment that serves ale and food.
I do? Where? I'm just joking with you. Of course I do. What you want?
How about a round of ales and soup, if you have any, for the crew over there at my table?
Very well. I'll have it out there shortly. It'll be
My
5
thanks,
gold
sir.
for the table.
Very well. He pulls out his pouch, pulls out the 5 coins, passes them along, nods with thanks, and walks to the table.
Alrighty. You four have a good time.
Thank you, sir. And as he walks back to the table, he goes, 4. He walks back up to the table and starts looking and taking count of the crew. Fellas,
I only count 3.
there's a there's a problem here. We seem to be missing someone, and it's not Mr. Stone.
Coach is gonna look around. Can they figure out who's missing?
If you're making an active look at the roster, y'all's roster is small enough that, yeah, you're supposed to have 5. There are only 4.
Oh. Maybe to take a piss?
Well, we made it here. You're here. Delmira's here. Croak's here. We're missing our rogue. Perhaps he's out doing some roguish antics as is usual for them. So, what do you say? Should we eat without them, or should we go looking for them? That question would be towards anyone in the crew if any one of you wish to answer.
I don't
Well,
have
don't
an
be
answer for that.
I'm gonna say, well, don't be shy now.
We could wait a bit, see if they come back, then go check for them.
All right, I'll give them long enough for the ale and soup to arrive. No sense that you can't enjoy yourself. We did just save the little girl, and seems like a good mission accomplished. Those wolves had it coming.
Mm-hmm.
That and Croak still needs a little rest, I'm sure, to recover from all that. That was rough. How you doing over there, Croak?
I'm staying alive.
That
With
seems to
very
be a
much
good
like
thing.
rest, though.
Well, perhaps some ale and soup will help. I bought a round for all of us.
Yes.
Thank you, Captain.
Ah, you're worth it. You work hard for me and for yourself, and you get the reward of a good adventure, good food, and a decent captain, I should think.
Cheers to that.
Hear, hear.
And with that merriment, y'all begin y'all's wonderful meal. Now back to that hard-working crew over there at the apothecary. You've come out the window. You've come around the house. You see a few spots of blood. But the trail and this apprentice seems to be a lot better at running and covering their tracks than you had anticipated. If you wish to pursue, I'm going to need an investigation.
Yes. I will pursue. I will not pursue. That is an 8.
So you look around and you come to the conclusion this apprentice must have had something that allowed them to just nimbly step or just cover their tracks immediately, as you can't seem to find a direction they headed. You then notice that it has been a good hour since your crew left to go to the tavern.
They always get the clever routes, don't they? Ah! He looks at himself. Well, I can't exactly go back in there like this. Might as well take a little soak while taking care of that little journal. And he's gonna head to the waters.
Alright.
And he's gonna take a bath.
So-
And he is also gonna actively drown this journal.
So you do both pretty quickly. The fresh blood washes off very quickly and cleanly, and the journal puts up no struggle when being drowned.
Good.
As you see the ink and the paper starting to wilt, wither, and the ink leaves the pages. And after probably 10-15 minutes, the job is done.
Alright. I will step out of the water and shake myself like a little dog. Alright then. Better find this tavern, I guess. And he's gonna start to head out where the crew is.
Alright. Back at the crew, the food and the drinks have arrived. Entertainment is being played at the tavern. A bunch of drunken sailors are dancing and screaming songs, each singing what seems to be a different tune, trying their best to hold on to the beat, not doing well. As the food comes plentifully, the soup is, well, that's for you to decide how your character likes the soup. And the ale is doing its job by getting you a little tipsy. After, I'd say about 15 minutes, you notice Sly is now at the table. Sly, you don't have any food or drink either.
Yeah. I'm fine
And
for now.
just where you been, boy?
Here and there.
Having some fun antics, I would say.
Most likely.
If you'd have been here on time, you would have had some free ale.
Nah, it's alright. For once, I don't mind it.
Nah, it's fine. I just pick up like a chunk of wolf meat and I put it on the table in front of Sly. Now eat! And I tap the table.
It
He's
is.
gonna be like big eyes at it.
It is thoroughly raw and bloody.
I'll pass.
Alas. I drag it back to myself and I start chewing on it.
Suddenly, as all this commotion, and as loud as it is in this tavern, a noise from outside gets even louder. There seems to be a commotion, people running down the streets. Suddenly, the door kicks open and there's a crier. Someone from the sailing has seen the goddess! He tells his tales at the dock! As he then quickly turns and leaves.
What?
What was that?
When you...
So it is true. At this point, he actually slides back in his chair and slaps the table hard. Without really saying anything, he gets up from the table and heads towards the door, like in a quick hurry.
Now I'm confused. Can someone explain what's happening?
Well, I'm just as confused as you are.
Damn! I just grab the bowl of the meat, like in the ale bucket, and I just run out with my hands full.
Okay, I guess we should follow them.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow too.
I don't know why, just the image
Right.
of Codus just going, damn! So funny to me.
Add it to the list of things to draw.
Damn! So you get
Gonna
to...
finish my soup in one sip and follow after them.
Alright.
'Cause I'm not wasting food.
Alright, so y'all arrive at the docks, and sure enough, there's a crowd gathered round as... what would Ugwin do if he saw a large crowd between him and someone who had seen the goddess?
Well, since he's a turtle type creature, not really worried about the water, he would probably get as close as he could by any means. So he's not going to shove a bunch of people out of the way and be rude, but he would literally cheat to get as close as he could.
So, you're not doing it rudely, but you are pushing through the crowd, and with your size and gigantic shell, you make a nice...
It's not hard to do.
You make a nice opening for your smaller crew to follow behind you. As you finally get to the man who is extremely gaunt looking. He is skin and bones withered. He's got a blindfold on his eyes. You hear him yelling and screaming his woes and pains of what happened, crying for help and mercy, asking to be put down. As you push through, and as you and your crew get to the edge, you see him. And what is your reaction upon seeing this man?
Hearing that he has a lot of woes and things, I'd like to do a medicine check, knowing that Ugwin is more, medical savvy, to see if there's anything innately condition-wise wrong with him.
All right. See medicine.
It's only a 9.
Well, he hasn't eaten in a long time, that's apparent, and he's probably dehydrated. But you don't see any real medical conditions. This man just seems to be screaming madness.
Does anyone seem to be talking to him, or is he just kind of wildly talking among himself?
He is addressing the crowd, not fully aware of where they are, you imagine, because of the blindfold. But there are a few hollers from the crowd that he'll respond to that will ask, "What happened? What did you see, man? Spit it out!" Things of that nature.
Right.
None that he takes the time to stop and answer. He just seems to cry over it, crying for help and to be put down, and the duress, and that he had seen the goddess.
So I'm going to make my way over directly up to him, get down like on a knee in front of him, because I would assume he's kind of sitting up on the ground, maybe.
He is. He is kind of like crawling on all fours. He's crying for help. Just like
Yeah, I'm gonna approach and get down on a knee and kind of put an arm on his shoulder as if looking where his eyes would be, eye to eye, and speak to him and say, "Let me help you. I'm a doctor. Tell me, what has happened to you?"
he firmly grasps your arm and talking to you. "Please, you've just gotta kill me. I've seen too much. The goddess is gonna come for me."
So the goddess is real.
Oh, she's more real than you could ever imagine. And in the moment of fear, he immediately goes limp. "You, the one chosen by the sea, take this." As a mirror is found in your hand, a little larger than your palm. Upon looking at it, you see swirling mist and fog. There's a dark green as you see lightning flashing within it. But it is not a mirror that seems to reflect your reflection when you look upon it. After saying this, the man falls limp.
What is this? He seems to look at the mirror and try to study what it is exactly that he's beholding, because every mirror he's ever seen has just reflected it back his own self. So I'd like to try an arcana on this.
Alright. And as you're doing the arcana, the crowd hushes. You hear murmurs repeating what he said. "He was chosen by the sea. He's cursed by the goddess. Surely there's something wrong with this crew." With a 14, you're able to determine from what was said that this mirror is heavily magical. This magic is incredibly powerful, as you feel this mirror holds trials. And this mirror is more of a compass than a mirror. And as you look up from the mirror, you see the crowd now have taken a step back, your crew fully exposed, as the murmurs and superstitions and talk of curses and enchantments begin to fill the crowd. You can feel the panic starting to rise.
Now, let's not be hasty. I didn't do anything to the man. I just wanted answers. I am a doctor. I wanted to help him.
"He is cursed by the sea!"
Well, he said chosen, that doesn't mean cursed. I'm as normal as any of you.
"It's not safe for you to be here around our children. You and your crew must leave."
If you will allow us to leave in peace, if we can allow to leave in peace, we will board our vessel and we will depart.
As the panic soon rises to a murmuring of rage and anger, You feel your time to peacefully leave is quickly closing. Luckily, you're at the docks, near where your ship is.
Looking to the crew, I'm nod over towards the ship. Time to go, boys. Let's go. And make haste.
I'm gonna protect the captain by putting myself between them and the crowd as we leave, and hiss at anybody who gets a little too close, while still holding all of the tavern stuff.
You and the crew are able to get to your ship successfully with little to no opposition. The crew follows you, but at a very safe distance. Even more so now that Codis is hissing at them. As you board the ship, they cut your lines and set your ship adrift.
Well, at least there's distance between us now. They can't hurt us here. Let's go out a little into the open water just to let things have a little gap between us in case they decide to try to fire some arrows or something at us. That was quite an experience.
I mean, the sure went well.
Better than most, I would say. Could have been a tavern brawl.
That
you
was
win?
all going well. I say it was a disaster.
So, while we have a chance to cool our minds, does anyone know exactly what happened?
Absolutely not. I had hoped you would have an answer, in fact.
Well, damn it, I'm a doctor, not a magician. I don't have all the answers.
Well, you're the one who ran outside when you heard speaking of the goddess or whatever.
All right. I suppose I do owe you that explanation.
Mm-hmm.
Since I was a young lad, my father and my grandfather before, in fact, there had been many generations of the Isle of Lazar that have spoken of the legend of the goddess of the sea. It's told that it's a vessel with a mind of its own. This thing, glorious to behold, whoever can captain this vessel will basically own the sea. It's basically more valuable than gold or the weave or just knowledge itself. To someone like me, I seek this as my life's goal, as my life's work, something to set me apart from just the average turtle that lives on Lazard. So, hearing that there might be someone who has heard of this vessel, who knows of its existence or have seen it, I had to know. Of course, seeing the poor lad there, I couldn't help just leaving him there like that. I wanted to literally help him. I sought to try to make a difference. I didn't know what would become of him. I do appreciate you helping protect this crazy-eyed captain sometimes. I did not mean to put us in any danger, nor did I expect any. It seems there's more than meets the eye when it comes to the goddess, and this mirror may hold the key, as he holds it out for them to look at.
Can I see?
Yes, but please be careful. We don't know what it does. And
Oh,
of
we're-
course, can't afford to break it. I can tell you with my knowledge of the weave that this thing has immense power, but of a nature that I don't quite understand.
Mm.
And
I'm gonna
as he
extend my
hands it
grabbies.
to it,
The grabbies have been extended.
the item has been inserted into the grabbies.
The grabbies retract.
Dang artificers.
I hum gently as a glass worker, I give a look at the mirror and see what the makeshift of this mirror is. What's it made of? What does it eat?
It eats children.
Feel?
Youngling.
None to find here,
No wonder they were so scared for their children.
right?
You examine it As at first, it looks like it's made of like a brass or gold, holding the mirror, the frame. But as you examine it, the feel is not right. It doesn't make sense. So, roll an investigation or an arcana.
Mm. Let's see. Investigation or arcana? Which one is bigger? I would bet probably investigation for me. Yeah, investigation.
You're not sure what it's made of, but it's clear it's not made of what it appears to be made of. It's neither brass nor gold, and even the mirror itself doesn't seem to share the same properties of glass.
Mm. I lick it a little bit.
It tastes of neither gold nor brass, nor glass of mirror.
That's one funky mirror. I'll give it back.
The grabbies have extended.
The claws receive it.
The grabbies received.
Upon taking it back, Ugwin, you glance at it, and as you do, now no more a dark green fog rolling with thunder in it, but now a desert. You're looking at a landscape.
Looking into the mirror, Ugwin basically tries to speak to the mirror and just says, "What are you showing me? Makes sense." As he kind of like shakes it slightly.
As as you
You
shake
know how
it,
you would talk to yourself, kind of thing. That's what he's doing here. Like, what are you trying to show me?
I had an entire different visual, but I'm gonna.
as you shake it, the mirror doesn't really do anything. The landscape does not seem to change.
All right. He's gonna pocket the mirror into his coat, and he looks to the crew. Says, "Okay." The strange kind of whirling mist that was here first has faded now, and now there's a desert landscape that seems to have appeared in the mirror. So my curiosity says we should pursue this. However, I don't exactly know where we can find a desert. Do you think we should go back to Woodham and perhaps ask the barkeep, because he seems to be more in the know?
We could. I guess it's better than going blindly somewhere.
It's also safer than where we just left.
Mm,
And
that's
if
for
it's all
sure.
the same, let's kind of keep the knowledge of this mirror to us, because we don't want to be run out of every port town in between here and there.
Man, those two are really far apart.
Yeah, like almost half a day.
Oh.
All right. So you travel back to Woodhelm, correct?
Yes.
All right. Well, I will say before you leave, it is about 10 o'clock at night. So there's two options. You can sell the hold on, what was it? What was it? You could sell the 2 hours it takes to get there and rest at Woodhelm, getting some going to bed around midnight. Or you could stay docked over at Hardmore, just at the edge of the port and rest there.
And where's the other place?
Well, you've got Safano from where y'all are leaving,
Right.
and Woodhelm where you are heading. And it's a 2-hour sail.
I say let's get that distance made so that way we don't run into any trouble from where we just left from. I think that would be the wisest course. What say you, crew? You all right with that?
I'm done for anything at this point.
Yes.
I don't know much about sailing, so it's up to you.
But you do know enough about sleeping. Would you rather sleep now in a rough area, perhaps, or a more safer environment in a couple hours?
I'm wondering if that's a jab because they, Dummer's been petrified for the last 2,000 years. Yeah,
Nara is the leader of nap taking.
I guess I do know a little bit about sleeping there, Captain.
Matter of fact, I'm still an elf, so I don't sleep.
Otherwise, I'd have been petrified for 4,000 years. Thank you.
Oh no.
Very
Only
well,
shoes
then.
are strong.
So we make our way to Woodham.
Very well. Arriving at Woodhelm, you anchor the ship and are received more kindly than you left Safano. So now, are we resting on the ship? Are we resting at the tavern? How urgently do you want to see the innkeep?
Not desperate enough to not rest and give my crew some sleep. So, I'm okay with sleeping on the ship as we're docked. We have our nice quarters, so.
That you do.
I agree.
So y'all may all give yourselves a full rest. As the long rest is complete, the morning finds you bright and early. Seagulls screaming at the top of their lungs. The sound of the port humming with business as heavy loads are unloaded and loaded. Men are shouting quantities and orders back and forth. As you find yourself awaking around 8 in the morning.
All right. The captain's going to rise and go to the top deck to see if any of his crew have awakened yet.
I guess I will be already up and on the deck.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, I'll ask you, did you, as I approach you, have you seen anything from the morning so far while we slept?
I don't know, except bird. It's pretty calm, I would say.
Good to know. No shenanigans from the previous night have haunted us so far, it would seem. Hopefully
Doesn't
that
seem so.
stays that way. Have the others woke yet?
I believe I'm the first one.
Very well. Captain's gonna go walk across to the top of the deck above their rooms and tap with his quarterstaff. Give him like 3 taps. Boom, boom, boom. Hey, wake up, boys.
Yeah, so Sly is gonna wake up, but forget that he's tied to his bed and just face plant to the floor.
You hear chains, then a
Rogue would
thud.
immediately open the door.
I'm gonna look over at Delmira. Well, the weird one's awake.
Damn right. ears. Oh, loud enough.
I think I heard that from the top of the deck.
It was indeed loud. No, what might have happened?
I think Croak would
I-
actually look troubled this morning and like he hadn't slept well.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Protus would be the last one, I think, to open the door, where like the door creaks open and just like a very eepy lizard slowly blinks.
Frog blink. Frog blink. It's essential.
Morning.
Good morning, crew. I trust you all got some rest.
Is everything
Mm,
alright, Captain?
What was that? Say again.
Is everything alright, Captain?
I hope so. Personally, I'm fine. I hope to see that you all are as well. But it's an early morning, and just to make sure that we can put this mess behind us from yesterday, I wanted to see the barkeep. It's slightly past 8 at this point. Who's up for some breakfast at the tavern?
Breakfast sounds delightful.
Excellent. Sly, you okay there? You seem to have fell out of bed again.
well, since I still have my teeth, that's a good sign. Ugh.
Very well. Does anyone need anything before we leave the vessel?
I don't believe so.
Does anyone need bathroom breaks before we get on the road? I swear to God.
All right, buddy. Did you go to potty before we have to leave?
I swear there will be no "are we there yet" jokes. The tavern is just right there.
But I need to go.
I said to go before we left.
I didn't have to.
Takes like 10 steps off the docking plate and you're like, oh no, I'll be right back.
I'm gonna tell Mr. Stone to sit and to be patient, and I'm gonna ignore the whining
Oh,
of my companion.
Mr. Stone.
I can't breathe. I'm sorry. And I give
he'll
them
be,
the beer bottle that I took that's empty, and they will grind it as I close the door to keep it busy.
All right. Content with his little toy, you see Mr. Stone just hunkle down and start gnawing.
Good
Orc.
boy. Schmuckle boy. Alright, breakfast? I'm suddenly awake.
Breakfast. All right, to breakfast. Let's go.
All right, you'll arrive at the tavern, and the familiar face of Bernard and his wife greets you behind the counters. A smile comes across his face. Well, if it ain't the freshest captain on the sea. How'd your first mission go?
Well, I would say it was quite successful. We were able to find the young apprentice for Lady Amber. We were able to reunite them, got a small reward in the process, had a few good drinks, not just perhaps a little trouble, but that's to be expected from a young crew. But here we are for some of your famous breakfast, some good ale, and perhaps, yet again, some information.
Well, I guess
Morning.
I guess the next step would be King of the Sea, huh?
Well, you know, that is a big dream, but it won't happen in a day.
So for the morning breakfast, we got eggs, bacon, and a little bit of venison. What y'all
Oh,
fancy?
how much for a little of all?
Well, we talking per person or for the crew?
Um, let's say per person. Let's see how much you're talking.
Per person, you're looking at 2.5 gold.
Very well. I'm feeling generous. I'll
Then
what say
3
you
gold.
boys? I like your style, Bernard. Tell you what, here's 4 gold, and I'm needing some information about if you know where I can find a desert place. Something that is desert as far as the eye can see. I'm talking not like a beach area or something like that. Anything like that, you know, cross your mind?
Yeah, we're right next to the continent of Naka. It's a fucking desert continent.
What can you tell me about Naka?
It's
I've never been myself.
it's a desert continent.
Well, yes, but surely there's something meaningful there. Uh, capital city, port town, your
Eh,
favorite pastime, who knows? Anything.
it's got a few port towns. It's got a capital. People there like to do their tinkering, and their jobs are more important than anything in their lives. The trade of the family is what they run on. The honor of their work. Craftsmen all of the lot of them. Not a lot of resources, so they make do with the world has around.
I see. Very well. That would be what, considered east, north, northeast?
It is both east and northeast.
Well, where's the closest port town? What would it be called?
That one would probably be north and probably around the first bend of the continent, honestly. You're looking at a good 3 week sail, maybe. As
Very well.
that port town is simply called Sandstone.
Sandstone. Hmm.
But
Right.
I did get more information from that lad that was talking about his fiancée running away. If you want to know about that as well.
Sure. I'll hear you out. You did put the time in after all.
Well, turns out she ran away. And
Ah,
turns out he believes she went to a ruins. Ruins that are said to be haunted by foul beasts. He doesn't know why she would go there. She's not a fighter nor adventurer. But she left a note saying that that's where she was headed.
is it close by?
It's about a 2-day inland trip. I wouldn't say it's far, I wouldn't say it's close.
Fair enough. Probably worth checking it out, especially if there are ruins. There usually is something of value. For the right eye, of course.
Right, I probably would have focused more on the fact of haunted by savage beasts, but yeah, treasures, that's probably there you too, yeah.
Well, I mean, there's no fear of danger. You go through life, anything can be dangerous. Hell, the sea itself is a danger.
True that. Alright, I'll get your food to your table.
Thank you. You have my appreciation. By the way, here, I'll buy the rest of me crew their food as well.
37 gold. Since you're feeling so generous. 25 if you want to pay the list.
I'll meet you in the middle at 30. How's that?
Works for me.
Very well. Thank you, Bernard.
Hey. And with that, he kind of waves his hand at the thank you, just like, don't thank me. And he goes to work, calls to his wife, and they start preparing your meal as you head back to the table to your crew.
All right, crew. Breakfast is on me. This is for the trouble I caused you yesterday by that crazed, stunt that happened. Hopefully you'll forgive and we'll all move forward and things will get better.
I already forgot it.
Excellent.
Probably
Well,
why I
we
have a
have
massive headache.
we have some venison, we have some ale, we have some eggs. It's a good rounded, good breakfast. It would seem that we have 2 destinations ahead of us that we could choose. Anyone interested in hearing what we could do?
Of course.
Well, the desert, as it would appear, is a large continent area just right around here. It is roughly about 3 weeks away. It's going to take a little while to get there, so we should probably prepare for a journey. But basically it's known as an area full of craftsmen, so perhaps Codis could find something of use there as well. There's a port town there called Sandstone that will probably be our first destination. And with any luck, we'll figure out what this strange mirror can show us. In the meantime, here on this isle, the story of the fiancée that ran away. There's been more developments in it. Apparently, she ran to some ruins inland, probably, roughly 2 days trip in, and supposedly it's haunted by some creatures. And she's never been known to do things like this before, so could be rewarding. There are ruins there we could investigate. There's always danger, but if we rely on each other and we play it safe and careful,
And we believe in friendship.
The power of friendship.
Yay.
so what say you? Do we investigate the ruins before we leave? Maybe use what we find to stock up on some well-needed supplies for the trip?
I think that this would be a good idea.
Mm.
Very well. We have enough rations and a few potions. Nothing fancy. We do have the nice canteen that could potentially be useful. So if we get in a pinch, we could probably use that. So, once breakfast arrives, let's eat hearty, get the full directions on where we need to go, and set out.
Breakfast arrives in a prompt manner and is enjoyed to what your characters would enjoy it to.
Yum.
And while y'all eat
Yum.
breakfast, I'm going to prepare the next map.
Yeah, definitely
Cooper
savoring
very
that.
much enjoys food.
Oh yeah. I mean, he
So
didn't
very
eat at all
much.
last night. He is hungry.
So
Ugwin's gonna look over at Sly and go, that sort of thing wouldn't happen if you wouldn't sneak off on your own.
He's gonna turn mouthful, huh? Oh, what are you talking about?
Playing coy, are we? All right, fine.
What?
Mid-bite, Coach is gonna look up from her bowl overfilling with potatoes and bacon and say, "You took the longest piss."
What? What? What are you guys talking about?
Ugwin's gonna chuckle in his ale just slightly.
What the
I don't even piss.
Why? It's too early for this. Oh my.
Actually, that's the best time to do it, because then afterwards you're good for a while.
Oh, is that so?
You really don't remember?
Well, some things, but other than that.
Interesting. Did
I
you
mean,
hit
I
your
do.
head or something?
What?
Other than, of course, when you got out of bed, because seems you do that.
Every morning, eh? If you would stop doing that on the dock, maybe I'd stop hitting my head. But
Well,
we're not
You
gonna
get
talk
wake up
about
on
one
time.
that. Anywho, well, from what I remember, yes, I did split. I remember going somewhere, but that's where it goes foggy. And the next thing I remember is waking up.
Does it happen to you often?
I stopped looking for it, honestly. I barely remember anything at this point.
Because that is a little concerning.
Indeed.
Huh.
I mean, even after 2,000 years in stone, I still remember stuff.
Yeah, probably because you're tall.
What? Because she's
The-
tall.
Dallas.
What is the point behind my hate and my ability to remember?
Oh, like it's too early. I can't. I can't think.
Well,
Too
get your
foggy.
brain together.
What if I do
Remind
not
me
have a
to-
brain?
Remind me
what
to
do-
do
what
a
if I
medical
don't?
check on you later.
Why later? Why not now?
I don't have my equipment.
Oh,
Unless you want one
Oh.
now.
All right, fine. Have a good reason.
uh. Alright then, I guess. What else do you want me to say? I don't know. I left. I went somewhere, and I woke up. That's all that's it. I have nothing else. You are concerned. I see this. I'm probably concerned. I don't know.
You don't seem concerned. That's concerning me.
Well, from what I know, it's always been in me, buddy.
Interesting.
I do not get a good sign from the vibe here.
We're worried for you, silly. Speaking of, Coach is gonna turn towards Croak and say, "You feel better?"
I think so. I've just been worried.
Are you all right, Croak?
I'll be alright.
Are you sure?
Yes, and not to worry.
Now, as your captain, it's my duty to help take care of things that bother you. So if there should be anything I can do to help, even in private, in conversation, aside from the table, you're always welcome. That goes for any of you.
I thank you.
You're most welcome.
And with that, breakfast is fully enjoyed, and y'all are hearty and well rested and well fed for the day.
Num.
And we are going to actually take a bio break now because my eyeballs are floating. So we're gonna do a BRB and then be back whenever we get done with BRB. So BRB.
Sounds like a plan.
Y'all stretch and hydrate.
Stretch and hydrate and dehydrate in the bathroom. BRB. Now I just gotta try and find that music to play for your. Ah! I don't know where I put it. Hold on. 1 second. I'll find it. I promise. Ah. Odd Nas. You know what? I'll just play from the jukebox. Alright. BRB chat. Alright. And we're whoops, wrong one. Wrong one. Ignore that. That didn't happen. Didn't happen. Didn't happen. Didn't happen. Didn't happen. Didn't happen.
Oh.
Alright.
That look though.
What looked?
Welcome back.
What looked?
The emote from Light Snow for Craig in the comments. It's
and my
beautiful.
fire is beautiful.
It's fantastic.
Teehee.
Yeah. Alright, so what's the plan? What are we doing? What's going on?
Breakfast is done. We are going to those weird ruins to find some shady creatures and maybe the fiance, not our fiance, somebody else's.
What?
Making sure you're paying attention there, Spy.
Did we ever give it like a name for this missing fiance?
We did not, but I'm pretty sure that if we find a woman in a ruin that's haunted with some weird creatures, then we'll probably find the right person.
I guess
Sense.
I guess
Makes
there are
sense.
not many women lost in a room.
How many of those can there be, right?
It's 2 in 2 days. I mean, it's strange it happened twice. But
This is the sixth one this week. What's going on?
the youngsters and their trends and their challenges on the TikToks.
Whatever that is. What's a clock got to do with anything? I know how to tell time.
Alright, so y'all make y'all's way to the woods, heading toward the direction of which you were directed.
How precise.
Pretty precise, yeah. It was directions.
It doesn't get much better than that.
I struggle.
What?
I was just struggling for a second there. Roll20 was not doing what I wanted it to do.
Oh. Very good. Right. Hold on, let me put y'all on the map. Wait. Okay.
I always love the maps. They are so cool. For those who haven't been a follower of Craig's plays, he does fantastic work. A lot of prep work goes into it.
This whole campaign is proof of that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And we're only on number 2, but still. Sets the bar very high.
Why, thank you. I just
You're
put
welcome.
I just put all of your tokens on the wrong layer.
How'd that get there?
He does so much planning and forethought. Oh, he fucked up. Oh, you get.
He put so much time into planning that he forgot to, to actually do the task.
He forgot the bare fucking minimum.
Every single move,
Happens to me
every single
so
decision
much.
has purpose. Everything is a foreshadowing.
Ah, you fucked it. All right. Oh, there we go. I didn't forget how to move the screen. All right.
Ooh, this is a neat one.
Move it on this one too. So showing the thing for the audience. There we go, audience. There. I'll just have to make sure. There we go. All right. So you come to the location and you see the ruins of what seems to be a rundown, destroyed fortress.
Well, perhaps this is the place. The ruins definitely are big enough.
It wouldn't be here if it weren't it.
Duly noted. Shall we check it out safely, cautiously? Stick together. We don't need a repeat of the danger from the wolves from the other night. We can't lose anyone. Please watch each other's backs.
Yes, Captain.
Master DM, sir, I need motion of token.
Mother. I got some needy players over here, man. I tell you what.
Might I
Jesus.
have some token motion, please, sir?
God
Please stop.
Little move, sir. A crumb.
damn.
Please, sir, might I have some less?
I guess the rest of you want movement too?
It would help.
Yes, sir.
Please, with sugar on top.
I just thought of something really stupid.
With a little bit of sprinkles.
Please give it. Give it.
We need all the stupid. All of it. That's
So much.
Just got on land from the ocean. Need some motion in my token.
Oh, brilliant.
Somebody write this down. This is genius.
Well, we've hit the climax, guys. I'll see y'all later. Only downhill from here.
Finding our locomotion.
Someone give me a health potion.
Oh no!
By God, we're gonna be spitting tracks by episode 3.
Okay. Wait up, we gotta clip that. Somebody clip it.
If we don't
Look
have a
out
rap,
for our EP
I'm
Soggy
sh-
Adventures coming next week.
I'm sure it's too late now.
one
been
hot
done.
dice track near you.
Oh my God!
Oh my.
And I call this one Roll Initiative. Damn it.
Our,
Oh, hell yeah.
our peers in your area need
That's actually
story.
sick, though.
Oh no!
This one goes out to you, Bernard.
Roll
love
initiative,
Bernard.
name of my nerdcore album.
Oh God. This is
Here we
great.
have motion.
Yay.
What's this commotion?
Oh my God!
Yo, yeah.
All right. I'm good. I'm done. I'm going to investigate.
Now I understand the rockfall urge.
A slide
All right.
chokes and dies again.
So, upon approaching the forest, you see well-worn tracks. You see footpaths. You see like dog footprints. You see, for ruins, this place seems to have a good bit of traffic.
Can we investigate to see exactly what went where or what direction?
Why, of course.
Right. That would be a regular investigation.
It would be a regular investigation.
There we go for regular investigating.
My, these trees are trees.
Wow.
And
Mind
it,
blown.
it's definitely humans, and there are dogs with these humans.
All right. Humans and dogs. Anybody else see anything else that they want to contribute? Apparently, I'm not very savvy with this today.
Um, I'm gonna look around for any kind of blood. Perhaps if anybody's got injured on their way there.
Okay,
Good idea.
very good idea.
Another investigation, I suppose.
Yes, ma'am.
May the
It's
odds
Miss
ever be
Ma'am
in your
to you.
favor. May the odds ever be in your favor.
Oh
Oof.
no.
You can
Maybe not.
confirm these trees are trees.
Those damn trees. At least they're just trees.
I surmise that we are surrounded by trees.
Well, those dogs
huh.
didn't deliver the only kind of bark, apparently.
Tish. You know what? I'm gonna take a stab at it.
The captain, or
No, no.
Reddy's quarterstaff with a glare. Mhm.
I'm investigating the place. Holy hell!
Oh, okay. Well, go ahead. Take a swing at it. Just not at me.
swing over there. Like,
Yeah. Perhaps that direction.
Like a piñata. That's a natural 20, DM.
Woo!
Oh.
At least
For
someone
22.
can roll tonight.
Yeah,
Murderer of NPCs.
Roll
Uh,
well now,
I
but
know what
balance
you're
must
talking
be
about.
taken.
That
Hearing-
wasn't me.
Looking around, just with your natural rogue eyes, you actually come across a few specks of blood and some slashes from some mighty claws in some of the trees nearby.
Ooh, blood.
You're also able to discern that there are a few footprints and footpaths that go through the trail with the human and the dogs that aren't quite either.
Huh.
Well, dang, someone just fell over.
Yeah.
That was a hard thud.
Damn.
That was like
Slip not again.
that was like Sly getting up in the morning.
I'm telling you.
I'm trying, okay. Well, from what I can get, there's definitely something going on that direction. Gesturing at the path. And it's all I have to say is that there's definitely two things. There's someone in there's dog that we took out of. But it's odd. I don't know how to exactly describe it, but I feel like we gotta get ready for this one.
All right.
How big are these dog footprints? I mean, like, are they dog or are they like wolf-sized dog?
They look like the common hunter breed dog that hunters would have with them. So I would say German Shepherd, Mastiff size.
Good wolf.
The wolf.
Good wolf.
I mean, it's definitely
It's
not
not wolf.
Corgi or Chihuahuas.
You don't know how dangerous they can be.
I need a chihuahua
Chihuahuas.
once.
Oh no.
Didn't end well.
Yep.
At least it's not wolf. So it should be fine.
Yeah.
All right. Who wants to lead on? Anyone want to take point?
Says the
I mean,
brave
I can-
captain.
I can walk in front if that's what you mean.
Would that would that signify the one tracking or just like guarding the front?
I would say perhaps Sly. So since you've got the keen sight to see the trail, you could lead the trail, and whoever's our best defender, probably walk with him. We'll follow very closely behind you. That way I can hit him with a firebolt, perhaps, right over the shoulder, just to make sure that we can kind of get our range targeting, just to be have everybody, at their best positioning. It just makes sense. Eyes up front, arms that can actually hit. Me with my crazy fireballs. I'm not trying to catch the whole crew on fire here.
Oh, definitely not. Very
Unless,
reassuring.
unless you really want that, but I really don't suggest it. It's not as fun as it
I'd
sounds.
rather avoid the fire.
Eh.
I heard it's not good for the skin.
No. It's all right. Fly, and whoever else wants to walk, let's go.
I'll go in front with Sly.
All right.
Just keep your eyes open. We can't risk getting in ambushes here.
No way. I was definitely going to keep them close. And he slowly turns toward the captain.
Don't worry, I am right behind you.
I can see that. You see? My eyes are open, okay? All right,
Good.
let's get going.
Keep them that direction.
Protus is gonna close the back and make sure that Croak is following as well.
Alright.
Captain's gonna be cautious moving forward to make sure he checks around every direction as they go. Looking for signs of movement, noises of any kind.
Very slow traveling.
Suddenly,
Just following you.
suddenly, Sly, you
Confident.
suddenly hear something rustling in the bushes beside you.
He's gonna move his hand.
A small bunny hops out.
Oh, for fuck's sake. And he's gonna keep going.
I've seen enough Monty Python to know that might not just be a rabbit.
I've seen enough Monty Python to fireball that son of a bitch.
Who wants flamethrower rabbit?
Who got the holy grenade? Who got it? We need it. All right.
We found our way to the ruins, at least to the walls.
Just gotta wait for the others, I guess.
They're here with us.
Both in spirit and in kind.
Spirit.
As y'all enter... Oh, this guy's gonna be fucking huge. God dang it.
Eh?
Reassuring.
No, I want it to be a token size, but it's gonna be a full-blown photo, just like... Alright, I'm gonna... Actually,
Just do it, it'd be funny.
You know what? I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna go to a different layer.
Oh,
Aw.
Oh no.
aw.
Oh, it actually did pop him down as just a regular sized. Well, frig you, game. Alright. As y'all come in, y'all do see a gentleman, a dark gnome, that is standing inside, kind of leaned up against this little cliff. And as he hears your footfalls, he kind of turns and looks, and upon seeing y'all, he jumps up to his feet. Oi, who you be?
I could ask you the same.
There it is.
Well, I'm the one that was resting. Y'all, they'll be the ones walking up on me.
We're also the ones not looking for trouble so long as there isn't any.
That's good. What are y'all doing at these ruins?
We heard story that there was a young lady who ran away here. Came to find her. Make sure she's safe.
There are easier ways to find a last man.
Perhaps. But that'd be our business.
And those that seek solitude here be mine.
Fair enough.
So I'll ask again. Why you be looking for this lass? Who sent you for her?
Well, that's the funny thing. We don't have a name for you. She left a note to her mate before she ran off. Let's just say there's a party that's fearing for her. That's all.
There always is such a kind-hearted soul seeking those that run, isn't there?
I call it the call of adventure.
And I call this your final warning. Y'all can leave. Or you stay.
He's gonna look over at Sly and be
Why
like,
me?
you are the rogue.
Slide's just like, no, 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 no. Hides behind Delmira.
That's great.
Can I,
Very well, very well. If she happens to be here, so long as she is safe, I was not asked to retrieve her. I only came to investigate some ruins that we were told of. That is all.
I ain't saying your lass is here, but ye ain't welcome.
Fair enough. All right, boys. Let's back it out.
Cotis is holding a crossbow bolt at his butt if he says he does anything to hurt the captain or the crew.
He is gonna incite Captain Ugwin. So he rolled a 23.
Oh,
So
Nice.
you need to roll either a persuasion or deception, depending on if you're telling the truth or lying, to see if you can convince him one way or the other.
All right. Let's see. I have a 0 in both, so this should be interesting. Well, let's just see if persuasion will do it.
Well, persuasion's for if you're telling the truth. Deception is if you're lying.
well,
So-
I was gonna tell him the truth.
All right.
I don't plan to fight with him.
Do you plan to leave?
Temporarily.
Yeah, that would be the deception part.
like,
I plan to leave him alone.
checkmate.
So as you're leaving, he is going to step kind of in a way toward following y'all. He seems to be keen on keeping an eye on who and where y'all are going.
And we're simply gonna walk back the same direction, kind of like where we came from, as if we were coming back across this little trail here.
While he's focused on the rest of the crew, can I look inside the courtyard of the ruins and see if I see anything indicative of other people being here?
Of course. You are undetected, so I'll even give you advantage because of your tactical prowess.
Oh.
Very nice. The distraction is working.
What'd you say? A distraction.
What?
What?
Yes, this knucklehead is distracting me.
Oh, was it investigation or perception? My bad.
Investigation.
Okay.
You notice with that dirty 20 that there is quite an abundance of life. The signs actually are so abundant that it's weird that you only see one person here. And no dogs.
Mhm.
It all
Is
kind of
this,
feels weird. There's a weird air about this place.
Is there perhaps a location around the room that seems to contain the most footprints or the most activity?
A lot in this center area right here in front of you seems
Okay.
to be a pretty common little gathering point, and then a lot of them trail off toward this direction, toward this back end. And actually, from your vantage point, you can see that they're broken. This broken part of the wall at the back of the fortress.
Cool. Cool. I'm gonna. This guy is they trying to move past those walls, or are they staying within the courtyard?
He is staying within the courtyard. He seems to have moved as far forward as he intends to.
Okay. I'm gonna wait for them to turn around and turn their back to me, and I'm gonna like try and like casually walk back to my gang.
All right. As you step away, you see him also start to step away, but he seems to step in the opposite direction. Do you stay and watch him, or
I'd say long enough to know where he's going first.
you see him bend over almost like he's going to pick something up, and then becomes a wolf and darts around this corner?
Fucking wolves. I'm gonna hightail it towards my gang.
All right. Coach just runs up to you with her tail high in the air because she hightailed it.
That's great.
The puns are endless tonight.
Yes!
Captain!
Hold on. 1 second. 1 second. Come with me. Everyone, gather this way. Let's get out of earshot.
They're gone. Captain.
He's still going. He's like,
fury. Croak, get
Codis
over
is still
here.
running.
Crocus in the bushes. Tactical croak.
Tactical croak. Don't croak in the bushes.
It gives away our locations.
Don't know you're there. All right. In a hushed tone, he's gonna look at Codis. What do you mean they're gone?
I was hidden and ready to kebab the hell out of him in case he did anything real sus. And I watched them. They walked away, and then they turned into a wolf, and then they ran off on the opposite direction through a crack in the wall.
Oh, well, that explains the weird paw thing that I saw.
Interesting. Were there any other signs of the girl or anything else in there?
Lots of footprints going that direction too. Lots of jumbling footprints in the middle of the courtyard, and then lots of tracks going in the back.
That would happen to possibly be a large host of people, or whatever they are, that can turn into wolves. This could be dangerous for us. Opinions on this?
I could give a better look to see if it is more than one person. I mean, more than a group.
Only if you're sure you're safe. We're not as stealthy as you. You could slip in possibly and see, but do not endanger yourself.
I'll try.
Good enough.
The confidence of a rogue.
Yep.
Yep.
He's just gonna ninja his way out of there like peace and then boom.
All right, guys, while Slythe checks it out, let's get in a position where in case he gets in trouble, we can help. I suggest maybe around the outer walls.
A full slit.
At this point, y'all hear the howls of wolves.
Oh shit.
But unfortunately, they seem heavier, bigger, and there's not just one.
Well, folks, I have a hint that there's more than one wolf.
I'm gonna
That-
like slap the back of like Sly's head.
That rogue intel, y'all. That rogue intel. But that is where we are going to end the session this time. As next time, y'all will see if y'all can find the maiden in the woods. Thank y'all for playing.
Nice.
Hell yeah!
Good job, everyone.
Let's go.
It's wolves, man.
It's wolf.
Just wolves.
It's
It's
always
just-
wolves.
Always wolf.
It's always wolf. Yeah.
Gosh, I seem to be in sync with people tonight.
Yeah.
Croak's gonna develop a phobia.
Oh no!
Poor frog
having
man.
having flashback from being Pubble Bong.
Depending on how badly this goes, he's gonna end up developing a phobia of wolves.
Just looking at Delmir's like,
Valid.
my knee hurts for some reason.
It's a random itch. Why does it always it? Oh.
Oh.
Like a radar.
But I will. I,
Lodged in there.
I am thrilled to inform y'all that reaching this fortress as a milestone grants y'all level 2.
Woo! Awesome.
Yeah, so y'all will be level 2 when we get to the next session. And we could do it 2 ways. We could do it where y'all level up off screen and then we just talk about it at the beginning. I know level 2's not full of a whole bunch of stuff. Or we can do it all together at the beginning of session 3 and then go into the session after we've done leveled up everybody.
Whatever's most effective. Either way's fine with me.
Yeah, we'll discuss it as it goes on.
Yeah.
So, but again, chat, next month we'll be watching our schedules and watch out for announcements on pretty much everyone here's Twitter and my Twitter and stuff like that for when the next session will begin. And from there, we will hopefully be able to entertain y'all again.
Heck yeah.
Hell yeah!
I can't wait for this to come together.
Oh God.
What's up?
And my fight, all is going according to plan.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh
So-
yeah.
But did y'all have fun? Was that, I know it was pretty heavy in the RP and we've been doing a lot of RP, but are y'all enjoying it?
Oh
It's
no, it was
nice.
great.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well,
That was definitely a really cool thing with the mirror. I like that.
well,
That was unexpected.
I'll say 4 of you did all RP. One of you just had to get a little taste of combat.
I wonder who.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe chat can figure it out. It's one of the mysteries.
Yeah, it's not even in my notes.
Yeah.
Damn. No memory loss.
I still can't get over Coda's going, damn!
Worst thing is, I'm pretty sure that my microphone cut in the weirdest way because I said after the captain on my side, and it cut to Jay.
Oh,
on the
yeah.
other way.
Oh no, that's even better. That's even better than God damn.
Yeah, it was just you.
Honestly, canon now.
Yeah, it was just
Get
you.
it that way.
Just imagine Coda's like throwing her hands up, just like, damn! Grab food. Let's go.
Apparently, my power just completely crashed out at my house, so I just got back in. I was like, "What the hell?"
Well, that was perfect timing.
Yeah. Last thing I heard was something about one person experienced combat, and then that was it. It was
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
everything went dark, and I'm like, "Oh no."
Roll initiative, Vale.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad
It's
y'all.
a shame for them that I'm a level 30 paladin outside of life.
Damn.
Well, I'm glad y'all had fun. I'm gonna go ahead and start the raid. We're gonna go raid Nifty Nicks, who is doing a partner push, but they're playing Borderlands 2. And
Cool.
we will
Game.
keep y'all updated on future events for this campaign. Also,
Oh yeah.
session 1 will be uploaded onto the YouTube channel here within a few days. I'll announce that on Twitch whenever I post it. Yeah, I've finished doing my little bit of trimming, and I'm gonna be putting it up. So, look forward to that as well in case you missed session 1.
Let's go.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Heck yeah.
So, but thank you guys for watching. Thank y'all for playing. Again, y'all are just making a dream come true happen for me, and it thrills me to no end. Every time I think about it, I get the warm fuzzies.
Yeah.
Glad to be along
You
for the
better
ride.
get them.
I mean, my doctor just says it's heart palpitations, but I just tell him it's because I love what I'm doing.
Dude.
I'm not a doctor, but
Yeah, that's what I told him. And he went, yeah, but I am.
Oh my god.
Yeah, funny thing about that.
Yeah, look at this piece of paper. It says I am. Now take your
I can't read.
now take your medicine, please.
I can't read.
All right. Well, let's start the raid. I don't remember if I. Yeah, let's get the raid started, and y'all make sure to show Nifty Nick some love as her. She's doing a partner push. She likes doing a lot of Dead by Daylight and a lot of other stuff like that. So they're really good at that. But let's get going. All right. See y'all next time.
See ya.
see ya.
Bye.
Bye, chat. Raid has been initiated. Yay!
Let me just.
Woohoo!
There you go. Beautiful.
I don't have a dancing one, so I'm just going back on my tail
Let's go.
with the big eyes.
Oh, I don't know if the
I'm
is this
stealing
supposed to
Sazzy
be
emotes.
ending. I just want to be sure because on my screen it's the stream is still running.
All right, guys. Well, great game tonight. I will see you guys next time. If you need anything from me, of course, send me a message.
Got it.
Bye.
Y'all have a good night.